What's up, guys? Tim Halstead here for episode 32 of Fixing Up the 408 Cleveland. So if you've been following along, it's been quite a while since I posted a video, at least 4 weeks, and just a lot of stuff has been going on, and I haven't really been into making videos. So I kind of just backed off from it. And I had a lot of other things going on. But I'm kind of depressed in the whole situation and how it's turned out. When I pumped it up so bad, it's going to be the 950 off the trailer and all that, and then be honest with you, it hasn't made a pass. I made 3 attempts to get there, and the last time I went, I had a fuel pump that broke. I drove down to get tech, drive halfway back, thing dies. I knew it was running out of gas, but I didn't make it, so I had to push it on the trailer, use my winch, get it on there. I was like so dissatisfied. And then I found a reason why I might have been having some issues, which is I'll get into in a bit. So at least I found that. Didn't crash or have another issue, blow something up. But like I said, racing changes dynamic, and it's like to the hour things can change. And but I apologize to the people that sponsored me and helped me out. Bullet Cams, Precision Oil Pumps, Todd Fuchs, 351.net, you know, Reher-Morrison and Darren Morgan, and Doug at Precision Oil Pumps, if I didn't say that. I didn't give up. It's getting close, but my wife said, go look at that shirt, the one I'm wearing right here, which says, build it, tune it, race it, break it, fix it, and repeat. So I did the first 2, but now I'm right back down at the bottom of the barrel fixing it. But it didn't break, and that's a good thing, and won't get into that. But I do want to give a shout out to David Reher at Reher-Morrison for helping me out. That'll be cool. What I did, I ended up having to pull the cylinder head off, and I'll tell you, I would not want to do it again. It's easier to me to just pull the damn motor out. Or if you had studs with slots in it, like a screwdriver like Blake Livingston said I should do, or the ones that come with the Allen head, that's always cool. But these are old studs, I guess, or they didn't have that mod. And so I pulled it out, and it's got shock towers, but they're cut back, but that's still a lot of work if you've ever pulled a head with the studs on it in a car. Every stud had to come out. It was not fun. But it happened, and you know, at least I know what the issue is. So that's this cylinder head right here. Kind of give you a recap of where I'm at. The Ford Motorsport intake that goes on that 408 to match these heads here. That's the one that Darren Morgan did. And give you a shout out for Darren. He's now at Mast Motorsports. He's like the head guy with induction development and custom porting and all that kind of stuff. So he made a little bit of a change there. He's into it if you follow him on Facebook. And I'll kind of tell you where we're at. The cylinder head here, this is the cylinder head here that Morgan had done and ported. You can see here, it's kind of hard to see around here, and I don't want to fall. But here's this. You can kind of see in there. So this is going back to get taken care of. That's the set that's on there currently that I've had a best of 966 with. So we were doing a program where I was going to have Kazi work with me building the DragBoss. I got Scott Cook with the intake manifold, and then the secret A3 heads, which I was going to have Morgan do for that combination. We're going to be really baddest A3 heads out there. And they look pretty bad already, I'll tell you. I'll bring it up where you can see. But here's the intake ports. You can see how they're welded in, you know, to cut down the CC. Look at these exhaust ports. And then the intakes, you can see right there. These are serious. he said these things will be flowing in the 400 range for sure. So he's going to take care of these. We're going to get these heads finished. But Kazi had texted me, and we were talking back and forth, and it came to the decision at this point that he just can't help me. He just doesn't have enough time. He'd love to do it, but his time is so limited, and we were going to do this like a special little project, and he just can't do it now. He's 67. He works like 12 hours a day. And he's building a new shop. And he really doesn't even do any small block stuff anymore, just big block stuff. But that was pretty disappointing. And then with the other stuff I got to deal with here, it's kind of like just made me depressed. I'm like, I was not into making any more videos. Paul Diley from Down Under, he was messaging me, and it kind of gave me the motivation to get making some videos. I can keep going. I could talk forever, it seems. But what I'm going to do for the DragBoss, I got to find out what I'm going to do for the final machine, because it needs a couple fine things. Cam bearings got to be machined right, and a hone. And now with Rody dying, and Kazi's not in, I got to find someone I can work with. And I have a couple ideas locally here. I just got to talk to them. But the heads I'm gonna put on the DragBoss 427, the Rody Special, it's gonna be these, the Blue Thunder 3.6s. It's gonna be a serious head. Morgan's gonna work on those. Those things flow in the 400 range anyways without a lot of work. So we'll see how these things develop. And it's gonna be pretty bad. And then I got the intake, titanium intake and exhaust valves I got from Dana Sniff. Thanks, Dana. They're going in. Those secret A3 heads. And I'll tell you one thing that kind of crossed my mind. People did mention at one time, oh, let's contribute and dyno that motor, and because I didn't have the cash at that time. And but I thought about doing that, dynoing it. It's just as easy to pull the rest of the motor out and put it together and put it in without trying to put the head in, killing your back. And but I could dyno it with the way it was. I could even throw on the Scott Cook Air Supremacy intake. This is the one Dustin Ryan said was the first in the U.S. And Morgan did his handiwork on that. And I could try, because this intake fits those heads that are on this car now. And I did run it. That's when I ran the 966 with this setup right here. So that would be kind of cool to dyno it the way it is. Try this intake and carb and see what you make. Pull the heads and put these secret A3 heads on, because this thing, the compression, or I should say that, the 408 and that, the compression ratio, I always thought it was 14.7, but after I did the measuring, as you know from the other videos, it's really only about 13.5. But with this, and that's with 58, I want to say 58 cc combustion chambers, and these, looking at the way they're welded, I bet you they're not even going to be 50, probably be about 50 cc. I don't know. But I know with that combination, with a 50 cc head, it's 14.7. So that would really wake it up. Kind of give you another side of where I've been. Stuff I've learned to do at home. I did a lot of plumbing, which I'm not a real big plumber. Anything with liquids, I always seem to find the leaks, whether it's putting in fixing the toilet or the sink or fuel lines or whatever. So one thing I did was I put some trim up, like 16 pieces of 3.25 inch wide, like colonial type trim. I had to stain it and go through that whole process, and then had to measure it and then put it up around the door. And I suck at reading rulers and doing that kind of stuff, but I did a pretty good job. I was been waiting to get that done for probably 3 years, and I got that done. I'll tell you, that last video I made, episode 31, the opinionated angle, my take on pinion angle, that got a lot of replies, especially on Yellow Bullet. But like I said, it's what works for me. You can call it what you want, measure it the way you want. I always measure it that way. It's consistent with me, and it works for me, so that's why I use it. But it was interesting to see people putting down, oh, it's so wrong, and you're measuring this and that, and just interesting to see people's thoughts. People kind of get worked up over it. It's good to see discussion on it, and what people think and how they look at things. You know, like I said, it's my opinionated angle. So you can have your own opinionated angle. But one thing I picked up, which is kind of cool, is this. This is XC block. I want to say shout out to Tom Magyar. Thank you for that. It's pretty badass. Cleveland block. If you know about him, you can read about him. And I'd like to make this thing 80 over. I think I have some Gap and Roush Pro Stock pistons. Make that that'd be bad, man. Could probably handle it too. The bores look pretty thick. It looks like it does have one sleeve, but it's 30 over and it's nice. It's already filled. I think it needs some TLC. Get all the galleries all cleaned out, make sure it's all nice. You know, this is something you might want to put bronze bushings in. And then I got the tunnel ram. I got the UR19 or a YN. That'd be kind of cool. Make an old Pro Stock motor. Iron heads. Yeah, now we're talking. But like I said, I just wanted to touch base with everybody, kind of tell you where I'm at. And like I said previously, I just feel bad. I talked it all up, and then it fell on its face. So, but that's racing. You got to be able to get up, wipe yourself off. Hopefully, you know, you don't need help getting up, and you just keep going. So everything happens for a reason. I've learned that throughout my life. You guys probably have the same issues, you know. And think about it, you get all done with a project, and then you got to tear it back out or do something like that, or something's not right. But I appreciate everybody tuning in, all the new subscribers. I think there's like 526 people last time I checked, which is, that's pretty cool. And I'm going to try to keep going with some new material. And stay tuned for episode 33.